Hello, today I'm going to talk about my experience with these Red Wing Moc Toe 1907 boots. They are traditionally built in the US. They have this Goodyear 360 welt. I've had them for 6 months, so let me tell you how I've gotten along with them. This video is a follow-up to a previous one that I did after 1 month of wearing them. Essentially, I shot that video at the end of the break-in period for these boots, which for me was 1 month. But now I've had them for 6 months. I've been wearing them almost daily. They're my workwear boot, essentially. Now, I don't work in a harsh environment, but I still wanted a boot that was, or footwear that was comfortable, that was made with natural materials, that had a traditional styling, and that was ideally made in the US. After 6 months of wearing them, I'm happy to say that the comfort level has remained consistent. When I take the removable insoles out, I can see the imprint of my toes and my heel. But more importantly, in the fixed insole, so not the removable one, but the one that's the base of the boot, which I think is veg tan leather or leather, I'm not sure. If I run my hand inside, I can feel the same indentations of my foot, meaning that the break-in process was successful. These boots now essentially have a permanent imprint of my feet, and that is what makes them comfortable. In addition, removable insole or not, that is the key to making boots like this comfortable, because they are pretty firm, they are pretty rigid in terms of the mechanics of them, and the comfort doesn't come from the squish, it comes from that super tailored fit that you've essentially made yourself by breaking them in over time. That's why the break-in is so key. As you can see, in terms of the leather, I love how they look. You can see now that they have wear marks. They've got some scratches, they've got some marks, creases here as well. You can see the creases are actually slightly uneven between the two boots. That's probably because of my gait, and also the fact that this is, it's leather, it's a natural material, so there's going to be variances across batches of leather. Since it's been 6 months, I will say that I have now treated them again. I have applied some Neat's Foot oil leather cream from Red Wing, which I'm happy to say has not changed the color of the leather, because I've seen other leather creams darken leather shoes quite a bit. It hasn't been the case here. The color has maybe darkened just a tad, nowhere near what I've seen with other leather creams. So I'm very happy about that. Now, this is because I live in a city that's in a semi-arid climate, and I don't want the leather to dry out. So obviously by applying the cream, it kind of nourishes the leather a bit, keeps that flexibility, and so on. It's just a good way of taking care of them. Some people prefer not to treat them in any way. That's fine, but for me, these boots are an investment, so I want to keep them in good nick for as long as possible. What I do at least every week, I try to do it every 2 days or so, I will brush them with a horsehair brush as well, also from Red Wing, just to get the dust and the grime off them whenever possible. And I mean, that has kept them pretty much the way that you see them now. I do wear them every day. I bump into office furniture, or I take public transit, so that means that I'm going through turnstiles, getting on and off trains. I walk essentially over an hour every day, so they do see their fair amount of steps. That's essentially been my experience with them so far. When I got them originally, they came with nylon laces, and a couple of weeks ago I removed them because they actually did come with as a backup with these leather laces, and so I decided to give them a try. I treated the leather laces with the same Needs for Oil leather cream just because they're leather, and I know that leather laces are a little bit more fragile than the nylon laces, so I wanted to make sure that they were well protected, especially since I hadn't used them yet, and it had been quite a while. I will say that I quite like the leather laces, not just aesthetically. I think the nylon laces look great as well, but they do have a bit more give. They have some elasticity to them, so that means that when they're very nice to the touch, they kind of grip really nicely compared to the nylon ones, which were a little bit less flexible. So I think I'm going to keep the leather laces for now. But yeah, that's essentially my experience. A little update here, the 6-month mark for these Red Wing Moc Toe 1907 heritage boots. I hope to get many more months, years of wear. The outer sole, as you can see, has seen some wear, especially in the heel and right at the front here, but I think they still have a bit of life in them, quite a bit of life in them, hopefully another 10 months or so before they need to get resoled. And the nice thing is that because of the Goodyear welt construction, they're easy to resole, and they can go through several resoles without damaging the boot structure. So I hope this video has been useful. I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether you're a Red Wing boot wearer or whether you wear other brands of heritage boots. What are your experiences over the long term? Why do you pick boots like this? Again, let me know. I'd love to learn.